home runs in this ball game, 4 for Oakland and 2 for Boston. The ground ball, Green puts the second one back to first for a double play. Green to Campaneris to Epstein. There have been 25 hits here today. 19 runs have been scored. Oakland leads 11-8. Ground ball to shortstop, and Campaneris watches it go by. Griffin is on. An error on Campaneris. Green throws to Epstein, and the Red Sox are out in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. After 8 full, Oakland leads 11-8. In 21 ball games this season. One to right field for a base hit. Leffery is on. Lead off batter in the 9th with a base hit. Jackson. Lyle throws to stop for the out. Epstein running. Sacrificing Leffery the second. He has tripled, struck out, fly to left and single to right. There's a long drive to left field, and Bando hits one way up on the wall, takes the turn at first and stays there as the run scores. Leffery is home. Bando came within inches of a home run, high off the wall and left, and Leffery. Strumsky has walked twice, reached on a fielder's choice, and homered. Has scored 2 runs and driven 1 in. Scored 3 runs. Hits a drive into center field, and it is caught out there by Mangual. The audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox is prohibited. Epstein makes the catch on Petroselli. Mangual and Rudy going over, and it is Rudy who makes the catch to end the ball game. The ball game is over, and the Oakland Athletics have evened the series here by beating the Red Sox 12-8 in a wild run at Fenway this afternoon. I'll be back with a recap for you in just a moment.
The coaches at first base, Don Lenhart, and at third on the left of the screen is Ed Popowski. Patek to Harrison, 1 away. 14 runs batted in. Petroselli is in even with the bag at third, and the rest of the infield is up halfway. There's a line drive, base hit to left field. Patek whacks one to left. There's a runner on. Now what he has been doing, number 100 lifetime, he's 99 and 68. He has allowed more than 4 runs only once in his 13 starts, as a 2.21 earned run average. 4th in the league among starters with 7 or more decisions. Shaw is up. The runner goes. The pitch is a ball. He's safe. And Patek is now leading the American League in stolen bases with 16. He was tied with Campaneris and teammate Amos Otis. Here it is again, as Patek on the very first pitch goes down to second, steals it.
You notice he had another good jump, Ken.
Otis is from Mobile, Alabama. He worked for the Royals last winter. The runner goes. The pitch is a ball. He has stolen third. And Otis goes to first base on the walk. This fellow has been especially tough against the Red Sox. The runner on first going, and Josephson holds the ball. So Otis goes to second base today, but we're watching him right now.
Well, Ken, the only ball club in baseball today who will do this is the Dodgers, where they have Maury Wills and Willie Davis.
Coming on, Patek tags. Here he comes, and the throw is off to the left, and he scores. Throw at third, safe there. The ball was not hit especially deep. The throw coming off to the left, Patek comes in to score, and Otis goes to third base. Here's another look. There are the stolen base leaders as of this moment. Boston 2 and Kansas City 1. There is Boston 2 and Kansas City 1.
Have any kind of win, most outfielders realize this, will try to get back behind the ball and come forward to it if they possibly can. You kind of played it off like you're shielding yourself from the sun.
Patek strikes out, one away. John, do you remember, Patek is small. Can you think of anybody that was ever smaller that played? Sox is prohibited. John Kennedy is hitting .364. No homers, 2 runs batted in. Louis Aparicio stood off before arriving in Washington on Thursday, and he hopes he'll be ready to pitch by that time. Kennedy loops one to center, and it's a base hit. John Kennedy singles into center field, and with 1 out, there's 1 on. This homestand. He gave up 5 hits and 1 run. Walked 2 and struck out 2. G taking the pitch outside. The Royals, red hot, have won 4 straight, 10 of 11, 11 of 13. Base hit for Smith into left. Kennedy to second base. Kirkpatrick fielding the ball. Red Sox have runners at first and second with 1 out here in the first inning. Young left-hander. 3 balls and no strikes. There's ball 4. Yastrzemski is on. The Red Sox have the bases full. There is Smith to second. Kennedy. There's a base hit into center field. 1 run is in. Here comes the second one, and the throw is sent into Patek to keep runners at first and second. Otis decided not to challenge the speed of Smith, so Kennedy and Smith are in. That's the 3rd hit in this first inning. George Scott. Long drive to right center. Otis going back.
Very good.
But he makes the catch. And and Yastrzemski was halfway to third base and had to go back. Ayers must have thought the ball could not have been caught. Here's another look at it as Scotty ripped it. And Amos Otis made a great catch out in deep right center field.
Ken, you could see Otis going back, drifting with the ball. The ball was hit high in the air, and for a minute it looked like it had a chance to go out. Otis reached halfway up.
And they'll play on the 27th, followed by Washington. After a couple of days in Detroit, New York is in for 4 games. Kennedy up. Pops it up. Otis coming on. 1 away. Fly ball to deep right center field. Otis back for this one. And he makes another catch out there at the wall. Petrocelli gives it a pretty good ride. No runs on 1 hit and 1 man left on. In the middle of the 3rd inning, it's Boston 2 and Kansas City 1. We'll be back with more Red Sox action in a minute. Acquisition by this ball club.
Ken, the thing that Otis does extremely well, he goes back on a ball well.
Canigliaro hits one to Shaw. He throws to second for the force play that retires the side. But the Red Sox take a page out of the Royals book. The Royals have been getting their son, who's from Iowa, finished second to Galen Cisco from Southern Ohio in the cow milking contest. Harrison going back, and he's got it. Very fine play by the Royals first baseman Chuck Harrison, who had to go a long way.
I didn't think Harrison would catch up to that ball, Ken. Another thing that has happened to Harrison, he's taken off some weight. He's about 15 pounds lighter, so evidently this thing is spreading. You were talking a little bit about speed. The New York Yankees have speed, probably.
All these birthdays with a victory, huh?
That's right. Today's Al Walker's birthday. We got to win.
Yeah, that's right. There's a drive to right field, and Joe Keough. Griffin robbed by the right fielder Keough. And that is all in the Boston 2nd inning. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And after 1 1/2, Boston leads 2-1. There's a base hit. Smith singles sharply to right. Keough up with the ball as Reggie continues to hit it hard. 2 for 2. June 26th. It is not necessary to exchange ticket number 17. It will be honored for that night game, which is not to be confused with a regularly scheduled afternoon game on Saturday, the 26th of June. Carl Yastrzemski had a walk in the first inning. 1 out and 1 on. Hits it to left. Kirkpatrick takes it deep.
Over to first base, and Scotty is out. Splittorff just reached out and picked that ball up like he was picking an apple off the table. It was shaded a little over into right center. Joe Keough straight away in right, and Kirkpatrick a little over in left center. Line drive, base hit. Kirkpatrick up with the ball. So Josephson singles to left. Doug Griffin in the on-deck circle. Line drive to left field. Sonny chips in with one. That is the 6th hit off of Splittorff. So the Red Sox here in the 4th with 2 out have a man on first and second. Brings up Doug Griffin, who bounced to short and lined to right. Reggie Smith in the on-deck circle. Ball 4. So Doug draws a walk. That is only the second walk off of Splittorff. And the runners move up. Josephson to third, Siebert to second, of course. Griffin on first. Brings up Reggie Smith, who has, or rather, I said Reggie Smith earlier, but it's John Kennedy. Kennedy, who singled and flew out to center field his last time. Reggie Smith is in the on-deck circle now. There you see Bob Lemon. And as Baltimore now leads Chicago 1-0 after 3. And Cleveland leads Milwaukee 10-0 after 3. Minnesota at Detroit, and the Yankees playing the Athletics out on the coast, and California and Washington later on this afternoon. San Francisco trails the New York Mets 3-1 at the end of 3. Los Angeles 64, no home runs and 2 runs batted in. John, a good handyman, can play 2 or 3 places, can play second, short, or third. Get a fellow this caliber that can move around the infield, can help you. It doesn't hurt your ball club too much because he does so many things well. Ball gets away. In comes Josephson to score, so a wild pitch charged to Fitzmaurice. So the Red Sox lead 3-1. Siebert goes over to third, and Doug Griffin to second base. Al Fitzmaurice is 6'2", weighs 185, and is from Buffalo, New York, but now lives in San Diego. Strike called, so that's all for the Red Sox. There were 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. So after 3 1/2, it's Boston 3 and Kansas City 1.
Getting a lot of write-in votes on the All-Star balloting. Whoops. Ball 2. Rojas has been an All-Star before over in the National League with the Phils. Rojas goes to first. Griffin throws to Scott for the out. Keogh is. There's a drive to left center field by Shaw, and this one is cut off by Canigliaro. The throw into second base. It's a double. Paul Shaw doubles to left center field. Patrick is on the lines of Lolich of the Tigers. He looks like he might be able to drop a few. He's got a pretty good front porch. Lines one to stop. And George robbed him of what would have been a game-tying base.
Going to be a base hit. Petrocelli with a great effort that time. Lost the glove in the process. Now that is not being throwing your glove at the ball. He actually tried to catch it. Now let's have a look at it again. See,
Struck out and hit into a force play. Strike one. 3-2 Oakland. This is the first of the ninth inning. Yastrzemski, Petrocelli, and Scott, the scheduled batters in the last half of the ninth. Strike two. There's Vida Blue on deck. One and two. Strike three. Leon works an effective ninth inning, setting the side down in order. So, at the middle of nine, the Athletics lead 3-2. The pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game, without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox, is prohibited. Carl Yastrzemski, who was up when Aparicio was thrown out stealing, leads off in the ninth inning. He has struck out twice and grounded to second. Once swinging on a foul tip and once called. Pops it up. Bando takes it. One away in the last half of the ninth. And here comes Rico Petrocelli. He has walked, struck out, and popped up the third. Strike one. One and one. One and two. Two and two, and he is really firing now. Foul up here, and it's still 2-2. He gave up two singles in the first inning, with two out in the second. Siebert singled, and then he got 17 men in a row before Gagliano walked and Griffin homered, and Aparicio singled. He got Smith to wind up the eighth, and he got Yastrzemski leading off in the ninth. 2-2 on Petrocelli. Fly ball in left field. And it is in the screen. It's a tie ball game. Rico Petrocelli has homered, and it's 3-3. His third homer of the year off Vida Blue. There's Petrocelli going into the Boston dugout, and in a dramatic ball game here at Fenway Park tonight. Suddenly, it is 3-3. With one out, the batter is Scott. He has struck out, popped to third, and grounded out to short. Ball one. Foul ball. Hegan going over. And did he get it? Yes, he did. Fine play by Mike Hegan.
the first baseman. He slipped and fell. Excellent grab by Mike for out number 2. So with 2 out in the 9th, Billy Conigliaro comes to the plate. It's 3-3. Drive into left center field. A base hit. He's around first and digging for second. A double for Conigliaro. Conigliaro doubles to center field. And there's a man on second base, and Bob Montgomery is coming to the plate. Bob tonight has been up 3 times. He has struck out twice and has flied to center field.
I believe they will walk him right here, Ken, and make Eddie Casco use a pinch hitter. It's getting very dramatic here again tonight.
They are going to put him on. He's a clutch hitter. And a walk is coming up. So let's see. There's a man named Kennedy down there, I believe. Knowles and Fingers are warming up out in the bullpen. The left-hander is Knowles. The right-hander is Fingers. So let's see who it's going to be that they'll call on. Montgomery's going to first base. They've got Josephson down there also. And it looks like Josephson, who is coming in from the bullpen. He's trotting in from the bullpen in the outfield. There'll be runners at first and second base now with 2 men out. Well, we had a 2-hour wait before we could get this game going.
Ken, I believe that's Don Pav. No, that is Dwayne Josephson.
Yes, sir. And there is Rogelio Moret warming up in the Boston bullpen. At the mound, Bando, Tennis, and Blue are meeting. And Dwayne Josephson batting .241 with 7 homers and 33 runs batted in is on his way to the plate. They've got a fast man on second in Conigliaro. Runners at first and second and 2 out in the last half of the 9th. It's 3-3. Josephson facing Blue. Foul ball to right field. Hegan going out. It's out of play. As Jackson and Green and Hegan were all over there. 1 strike on Josephson. Well, the fans had to wait a long time, but they've had their money's worth tonight. It's 3-3 in the 9th inning. Pops it up. Going back is Green. And he makes the catch to end the inning. And that is all here in the 9th, but the Red Sox have tied it. 1 run on 2 hits and 2 men left on. And at the end of 9, it is tied here 3-3. Oakland 3 runs on 9 hits. I know that in Boston there are special curfews, and in Boston on Saturday nights I believe there's a 12 o'clock curfew, and in Baltimore I know there is.
Foul ball. In fact, in Baltimore, they do not allow an inning to start after 12. They can complete it. But on Saturday nights, no matter what the situation, they simply stop playing at 11:59. But it's a 1 o'clock curfew here. Blue tries the bunt. Moret to Scott, and they got him. Boy, did he gun that ball. And Blue can fly. He really ran down that line. Watch this.
Moret really scampers to get to this. Now watch the throw. He really gets something on that ball. Whoop. Beautiful play.
With one man out in the 10th inning and a 3-3 tie, the batter is Campaneris. He has an infield hit, has struck out, has flied to center and grounded out. Ball that hit off Sonny Siebert, who was pitching at the time, and bounced out to Aparicio, who threw him out at first base. One down in the 10th inning. Ball one. Ball two. A strike, excuse me, 1-1. Mr. Moret hums pretty well himself. Base hit for Campaneris into left field. The throw going by second, backed up by Scott, however, and Montgomery, look at him right down there at first base. So, with one out, Campaneris is on first, and Rudy is up. He has flied to right, struck out, bounced to the mound, and flied to center. It's somewhat of a help here to have a pitcher like Moret on the mound, because he's not only left-handed, but he's got a quick, tough motion to first base, so Campaneris will not be able to take liberties that he might take with someone like Tiant, although Louis has a good motion to first for a right-hander. George fakes. He almost got him that time. Campy almost stepped off. Moret slips and falls, and Campaneris gets second on this one. Montgomery picking up the ball, and Campy took a turn around second base. A wild pitch as Moret slipped while in the process of throwing the ball. Look at that. See him slip down, and the ball gets away. So now with one out, there's a man on second in the 10th inning. 3-3 the score. One ball to Joe Rudy. Ball two. Bob Bolden has started warming up in the bullpen. Three and nothing. Ball four. Rudy is on. So there are men on first and second base now. And Eddie Casco is going out to the mound. Reggie Jackson is the batter. The A's with runners at first and second and one out. There's the veteran right-hander Bob Boland warming up for Boston. Jackson has struck out, single to right, had an intentional walk, and grounded out to second. Ball one. Strike, 1-1. Two and one. Minnesota is leading Baltimore 6-5 after 7, and Detroit defeated Milwaukee 2-1. Aparicio goes in to talk to Moret. Trujillo does not speak English very well, just enough to get by, so I'm sure that Louis wants to come in there and talk with him. Ground ball, Griffin bobbles it, and here comes the run. The go-ahead run is home, and runners wind up on second and third base. As Griffin went to his right on the ball hit by Jackson. Campanera scoots home from second base, and Oakland is in front 4-3. It is a double. A double for Jackson off the glove of Griffin going out into short left field. And Oakland is out in front 4-3 in the 10th inning. Mike Hegan is up. For the first time, he went in after Tommy Davis left the ball game. Tommy tonight homered and singled and is grounded to second and to short. Oakland in front 4-3. Here comes the runner. The ball is dropped, and it was fouled. Fouled off by Hegan, and Rudy was coming with one out. Tick foul by Hegan, and Rudy was really committed. He was coming right down that line.
That was just a suicide squeeze, Ken.
The infield is playing in. Pitch is high, and it's 1-1. Strike two. Ground ball. Petrocelli throws to the plate. They got Rudy trapped. Jackson has tagged third, and Rudy is out of there. Well, Petrocelli throws into Montgomery, and Rudy is retired 5-2. Third
third baseman or the catcher, and here it is again.
Rico makes a good play, has to go to his left, quickly gives the ball to Montgomery. Montgomery wisely runs him all the way back to third because he sees Jackson going to third.
And now Casco is going to bring in Bolin to pitch to the right-handed hitting Bando. So that will be all for Moret as he goes 2/3 of an inning and allows 2 hits and a run with a walk and a wild pitch. So Bolin is coming in to do the pitching here in this 10th inning with Oakland in front by a score of 4-3. 2 men out and Bando at the plate. 4 runs on 11 hits and no errors for Oakland. 3-7-0 for the Red Sox. Kansas City beat Washington 1-0 in a 5-inning abbreviated game called because of rain. And Moret gets a nice hand from the crowd, the rookie up from Louisville, as he leaves. That Kansas City-Washington game was supposed to have been a twilight doubleheader. They'll have to play a twilight doubleheader tomorrow night. We gave you the score on the Baltimore-Minnesota game a few moments ago, and it's still the same. Minnesota 6, Baltimore 5 after 7. Detroit beat Milwaukee 2-1. Cleveland and Chicago are tied 2-2 at the end of 10. And in the National League, runners at first and third base and 2 men out. Here comes, Jackson fakes it. Strike 1, a slider. Jackson gave it quite a fake off third base. He had me fooled for a moment. He really came bluffing. About a third of the way down the line. One ball, 1 strike. Foul ball, back out of play. 1-2. Pitch gets away, and Jackson is in to score. Reggie Jackson comes in to score on a wild pitch. 5-3 the score now in favor of Oakland. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count, and over to second base goes Hegan. And there is strike 3, and that's all. In the middle of the 10th inning, Oakland leads 5-3. Slide to center, struck out, grounded to third, and in the 8th inning he hit a 2-run home run. Petroselli homered in the 9th inning, and that tied it up at 3-3, but Oakland has 2 in the 10th, and here's Blue throwing a ball inside. Griffin lines one into center field for a base hit. His second hit tonight off Ida Blue, and that's the 8th hit that the young left-hander has allowed. And Aparicio comes to the plate. Aparicio singled to left in the first, popped to first in the third, flied to right in the 6th, and singled to left in the 8th. 2 for 4 against Blue tonight. at second. And the first two men are on here in the 10th inning for Boston. And Dick Williams is coming out. Aparicio with his third hit of the night. Dick Williams is on his way to the mound. And let's see if he's going to make a change. He is. He just patted Blue, and he wants to bring in a new pitcher. So Vida Blue, who is trying to get his 20th complete game in search of his 21st victory, and of course he still is the pitcher of record, is going to leave here now in the 10th inning. So he has worked 9 innings and pitched to 2 men in the 10th. It's 5-3. And here comes Blue, and I'm sure, look at him, they're giving him a standing ovation at Fenway Park. A great young pitcher of the Oakland Athletics, who has really been the biggest name in baseball during this season, gives way to another left-hander, Darrell Knowles. Knowles is in to pitch here for Oakland. All of the Oakland A's, Smith has singled to center, struck out, grounded to short, and struck out again. Make that a double he had in the first inning. Ball 1. Foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Red Sox runners at first and second base and nobody out. Ground ball to short, to second for 1, to first for 2. Made to order double play ball hit by Reggie Smith. So with 2 men out, Griffin on third base. The batter is Carl Yastrzemski, and Dick Williams now is going to the mound. Yastrzemski has struck out on a foul tip, been called out on strikes, grounded to second base, and fouled out to third. Strike 1. Knowles with that sidearm delivery that he throws to left-handers. He's a very tough guy with left-handed batters. Strike 2. Breaking ball that time. Ball 1 and 2. Ball 2.
Ball 3. Full count on Yastrzemski. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. And in 10 innings, the Oakland Athletics have beaten the Red Sox at Fenway Park tonight in a very dramatic ball game by a score of 5-3. And we'll have a recap in just a moment.
Against Ray Culp. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for Oakland. Well, let's see. That's going to be 7. Yep. A base hit in front of Yastrzemski in left center. Carl had no shot at it. And Epstein is on with nobody out in the 6th inning. Back in Oakland. And Blue Moon Odom, a pitcher, is going to run, I guess, for Mike Epstein after Epstein leads with a single here in the 6th. There's Odom running for Epstein.
The youngster up in the upper deck, or not the complete upper deck, Ned, but the youngster with a glove just reached up and caught that ball as nice as you please.
Good for him. He picked it, huh? The bunt. Culp to Scott. Odom to third. Bando is out on the bunt. And they've got and 1 left. After 6 innings of play, Oakland 3, Red Sox.
You can send your contributions to the Jimmy Fund, Boston, Mass. 02117. Fly ball deep to left. Yastrzemski back. And Jackson has another home run. Reggie Jackson is going the other way today, and he has hit 2 home runs and a double. All to left or left center. So he's been a big man for this ball club, and Boston won. Thank you, John. Scott has struck out swinging and has reached on an error by Reggie Jackson in right field. A ball get loose down in the Red Sox bullpen. Slight delay, and now Catfish Hunter ready to work. Bando is calling, and Sal makes the catch for the out. Scott pops up. Mike Hegan is now at first base as Epstein left the ball game for the pinch runner. Jackson and Mangual converging, and it's Reggie Jackson to make the catch. Canigliaro flies out, 2 down in the Boston 7. 0-2. So if Montgomery can keep it going, Fiore will be batting for Culp. Keegan going after this one, and he makes a spectacular catch of the ball. Mike Hegan makes a great play. And that's all for the Red Sox in the 7th inning on the play of the day. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. At the middle of the 7th inning, Oakland has a 3-1 lead. Strike 3. Mike Fiore strikes out.
Hustler.
He's always making himself available for a possibility of a play. This is just good baseball instinct. He's been that way most of his baseball life, I believe. Even when he was Washington as a youngster, as a shortstop, he made himself available a lot of places. This is good.
Pop fly. Mangual coming on, and it's Mangual. He had trouble, so they all had trouble.
Young ball player.
Louis Aparicio is up now. He is fly to center, line to center, and pop to second. Strike one. Aparicio lines one into center field for a base hit. Juggled momentarily, but not enough for any advance to be made, and so Louis has a single into center field. Now, Ken Brett has gone back and sat down, and Bill Lee has started to warm up, or will be momentarily, with Louis Tion. Hunter on the mound, and we're getting some action in the Oakland bullpen now as we look at Darrell Knowles, the left-hander, and Jim Grant, the right-hander. Struck him out, and at the middle of 8, Oakland leads 3-1. Drive to center field. Mangual going back. Makes the catch. Reggie Smith flies to center. Struck out again. Mike Hegan makes the grab for the second out. 2 down in the 9th inning, and George Scott coming up. 1 strike on Scott. Ground ball to Sal Bando. He throws to Hegan, and the ball game is over. And Oakland takes the second game of the series here by a score of 4-1. And we'll be back with a recap on today's game in just a moment.